Our apologies, a little technical issue to begin with. I think we have gotten the problem resolved. Well, I guess if you're going to have a technical issue, it's good to have one early versus late. As we are a minute into this one, and it is laid in for the first couple of points, and it is Goodman who will put Coastal Alabama North on top. Well, taking a look at the lineups for these two squads. By the way, you missed the fact, since we had a 60-second interruption, that these two teams have met one another frequently over the course of the last week and a half. This is the third meeting in the span of about 10 days between these two. And, of course, the prior two are to wrap up the regular season and guaranteed Chat Valley the number one spot. This one will determine who gets to move on as it's laid in by Murph. And for the winner of this one, there is still an opportunity to play in the Nationals. For the loser of this one, well, it'll be painful, and there will be a reflection on a great year that will come later. Leaning in to lay it in is Zy Thompson. Zy Thompson, Niall Lee, Aaliyah Younger, as well as Journey Carter Ransom, and Cameron DaCosta on the floor for the Pirates. Meanwhile, for Coastal Alabama North, Taylor Murph, Tiffany Goodman, Tamara Smalls, Tajay Young, and Tashante Key. Those are the five that are on the floor to begin this one for Coastal North. 4-2 lead. From outside of the arc, Younger gives outside of the arc to Lee, and Lee with a miss and air ball from long range. Early into the ball game, and one of the common features yesterday in the quarterfinals for the men was kind of a delayed reaction, if you will. It took a few minutes for the teams to get a feel for this new setting. And if you look at the regular season records of the four teams that are into the Final Four for the ladies, only one, and that is Chat Valley, has played on a neutral floor, and that has only happened once this year. And they went 0-1. Otherwise, your Final Four teams have not been on a neutral floor, in a neutral setting. So it might take a moment to kind of get their bearings. Well, she's launched her bearings. Younger dropping in the three ball from the corner. Murph to Young. Down to Key. Tips it back over to Small. Small with a miss. Couple of bodies on the floor trying to come up with a loose ball. We will get a jump ball, and the possession arrow will send us to the other end of the McChesney Student Activity Center. Into the paint, Thompson. She has been such a dominant force this year for the Pirates. Murph to Young. Young, one of the better three-point shooters in the conference. That will roll off of DaCosta. And be Coastal North basketball. Put in play to Small. Small from outside the paint. Off Lee, the Atlanta, Georgia product, and out of bounds. And the Coyotes will keep it on this end of the floor. Coyotes, the defending champs, won it all a year ago. Goodman into the paint. She walked with it. Not only did the Coyotes win it all last year, they won the district, advanced to the Nationals as well 1 year ago. Fed down low, Thompson kicking it into the corner. Over it goes to pass. And there's the 3-ball on the other side from Younger. Well, we talked about Young being such an excellent free throw shooter. I make that a 3-point shooter for the Coyotes. Younger is number 3 in the conference in shooting threes. Murph working it from one side and the key to the other. Goes into the corner. Young got away from her briefly and got away from her again briefly. Murph sliding it down low to Key, and Key able to bring it back onto the floor, but not able to get the shot off in the allotted 30. And that will bring us to our first immediate timeout, I think. We're inside 5, and yeah. And there we go, it is break time. 8-4 lead. Pirates on top at the first break in the first of 2 women's semifinals.
As play resumes, Chattahoochee basketball.
5:08 into the game. 4:52 left to play in the first. Pirates with a 4-point lead. 1-4 battling. And as we mentioned a year ago, Coastal North was the 1. This year the 4, and that on virtue of a coin toss. Took a coin toss to break a tie between Coastal North and Wallace-Selma. The 2 teams wound up tied in every category. They lost to the same teams in the conference, beat the same teams in the conference. They split hand-to-hand. So that all resulted in the need for a coin toss to determine the 3 and 4 seeds. Given to Small, turns him out of the stripe. Look, didn't like what she saw. And Nairi Lennox into the game, a 3-second violation on Small. Into the game comes Summer Hicks from Deatsville, Alabama for the Pirates. As it is put in play to Younger. When these 2 teams met in Monroeville, it was pretty close through 2.5, and then the Pirates turned it on. When they played in Phoenix City, it was just a powerful Pirate night. Finishing the year 12-0 in conference play. I mentioned these 2 teams don't have a lot of play on neutral floors. Neither of them have a lot of play on Fridays either. Loose ball, battle for the retrieval. DaCosta and Young tie up. And the possession arrow will send us to the other end of the floor. Well, good to see Alfred here. Alfred is typically the stat keeper at the women's softball event in Alabaster at Veterans Park. Lives here in Montevallo and apparently is the official scorekeeper for all of the games played here at Montevallo for the Falcons. Lennox with a miss on the 3. And we've got Alfred today working the table. That'll be the hand that you see waving the other way, indicating to the officials on the floor of the possession. Pull on perimeter 2, not there for pass. Quickly to the other end of the floor, laid up, but not in. There is a whistle, and there is a foul. That will be of the defensive variety and put Lennox at the line shooting.
Foul on number 2, Younger. Her first.
Younger picking up her first foul. And Lennox will make her first trip to the stripe.
Number 20, Thompson. Back in the game.
Trying to cut the lead in half, turn it into a 2-point ball game as we get inside 3 to play here in the opening quarter of the semifinals. Busy day with the ladies playing the first 2 and the men the last 2. Lennox with a miss on the first of 2. In Monroeville, it was a 70-51 Pirate win. In Phoenix City, it was an 84-45 Pirate victory. Couple of misses, jump ball, and the possession arrow says we head to the Chat Valley into the arena. Couple of good ball games yesterday in the quarterfinals. MMI knocking off Chat Valley by 10, 60-50, but the Tigers were really never able to shake the Pirates completely. And a relatively close game all game long, and then obviously anytime this year Reed State and Enterprise State tangle, it's going to be close. The largest margin of victory in 3 outings for those 2 teams is 2. And that's what Reed State won by last night to advance to the semifinals, 69-67. Thompson at the stripe with 2:35 to play in quarter number 1. Thompson, the number 2 scorer in the conference, averaging 15.5 a game, and the number 1 percentage-wise shooter from the floor. I don't think there's been a made free throw yet, as Thompson will miss. Goes 1 of 2. Turns it into a 5-point game. Goodman in play to Lennox. Back over it goes to Goodman. Picks up the dribble, nearly threw it away. Lennox able to pick it up from the elbow, a little too strong. Rebounded by Thompson. On the other end of the floor, it'll simply be tipped away. I believe that was the new face on the floor, Megan Odom, which I did not realize until I looked at the roster at this very moment. A Florella product. In play to pass. Misfiring on the 3. Pirates with a board over to Thompson. She'll bank it, not there. Goodman coming up with a board. A little bit of a dry spell for the Coyotes as Goodman will miss. Thompson with the rebound. Had a 4-2 lead, and the next 7 points have belonged to the Pirates. From out front, off on the 3, Goodman with the rebound. Right at 90 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Lennox with it out front. And by the way, the significance of Florella, Alabama happens to be where I spend a lot of time. That is Goodman with the drive in the bucket. And an opportunity to turn it into a 2-point game. Goodman, a key component to a conference championship a year ago. And a key component of a return to the conference tournament this year. She'll get the old-fashioned 3. Given down low to Thompson, taken away. Lennox has got it. Over to Goodman, into the corner, Young off the rim. Rebounded by Thompson, already racking up the boards. Stolen away by Goodman. Able to get past Thompson, and then it was, I think, kicked is the indication from the official. And Coastal with the basketball and an opportunity to tie or take the lead. Pirates an impressive 18-6 overall, but even more impressive 12-0 in the conference. They have not lost against the teams that matter. Goodman, nice feed to Odom, and she'll get fouled. So Odom with an opportunity to trim it by 1 and then tie it up. Odom with an opportunity to tie. 5'11" sophomore from Florida, Alabama. Gets them both. It's 9 apiece. Top side give to DaCosta. Back to DaCosta. Pass with it. And a foul on the floor. That'll be charged to Odom. Odom's got that tall task down low of taking care of defending Zy Thompson. Thompson has been a dynamite player this year as just a freshman for these Pirates. Perimeter 2 from DaCosta. Relentless lady on the floor with a rebound. That is Lennox. Leans in, puts up a prayer, and it is answered. Coyotes taking a lead of 2 into quarter number 2 as we have wrapped up one of the first of 2 ladies semifinals and the first of 4 semifinals today at Montevallo.
Played some travel ball, you've shared the videos. Mom and Dad can only root so much. It's time to get real interest from the colleges and scouts in your area right where you live. That's why the Showcase Series is different. We're not just another tournament, we're an advancement event where you get real-time exposure with live TV coverage of our games that get you seen directly by the coaches you want to impress from anywhere in the world. Register for events at showcaseseries.org. It's your turn at bat.
Little bobbing and weaving there in the stands, which would be the extent of my dance moves. You know, a little weave, that's about all I can do these days. Not that I could ever do anything more. As we head into quarter number 2. In play to Lennox. Coyotes taking a 2-point lead into quarter number 2. Murph weaving through Pirates. Given over to Small, handed to Lennox. She'll put it up from the elbow, off the glass and rim. Kicked over to DaCosta. Back out front it goes. That is pass with, that make that Younger. Younger with a very long 3. And Megan Odom will pick up her second foul. Putting Zy Thompson at the line, the 6'1 Zebulon, Georgia product.
Substitution. Number 0, Hicks in the ball game. Substitution number 32.
Summer Hicks coming into the game
In the ball game. Now for
for the Pirates. Into the game for the Coyotes is Shantae Sanders. And Megan Odom with those 2 personals will come out of the game.
makes the first.
A quick reminder, by the way, have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? If you said no, then we would love for you to. Here's our goal. By the end of today, midnight tonight, into the month, we want to be at 6,000. We are like, I don't know, 49 maybe away from 6,000. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. Off the glass for 2. That is Lennox. You will have our gratitude, our thanks. We had a really big budget. Heck, might be a new car or a vacation, but we don't have that kind of budget. That'll go out of bounds off the Pirates. Put in play to Murph. Lennox with it out front. Murph handing to Young. Back over to Murph. Front side here, that is Lennox. Shot clock dwindling. Murph leaning in, rattled it in, got fouled too. Wow. That was a desperation heave with the shot clock running out. And Murph will hit it, get fouled, and go to the strike. So Murph trying to extend it to a 5-point lead. And will with 8:27 to play in the second. By the way, at halftime, we talked with Michelle Ivey, Women's Region Director for the ACCC, AD and MMI, our halftime feature today. Given to Thompson. And she might have got hooked by Small. Small picking up the foul. Looked for a moment as if Thompson was going to shoot a 3. That is not the typical range for Thompson. Off the rim, put back, off the rim too. Third put back good for Thompson. That's her forte. Offensive boards and points. Murph getting it to the mid part of the floor despite the tenacious Pirate defense. Lennox lobbing into the corner to Young. Trying to get it down low to Small. Stumbling, but able to get rid of it to Murph. Over to Lennox, thinking about the 3. Well, there's all kinds of Pirate hands reaching in. Lennox eventually able to get it to Sanders, and Sanders will commit the foul after the rebound by Thompson. Heck, Thompson may have double-digit rebounds already. Goodman coming back into the game as Sanders will exit for the Coyotes. Toss to DaCosta. And Younger with the 2 for the charity strike. It is a 1-point game. A little too tall for Murph. And DaCosta didn't know the pass was coming, and her back turned. Murph will weave the other way and throw it right into the hands of Thompson. Given to Younger and then to the other side of the floor to Lee. Back to Younger. Another one of those Pirates very good at shooting the threes. Lee. Bodies diving all over the place. That is blocked from the backside. Young with it. Goes over to Goodman. Back it goes to Young, looking for her first three off the rim. And Thompson in small tie-up. Two of the best rebounders in the conference.
Substitution. Number 5, pass. Number 21, Carter Ransom in the ball game.
Pass and Carter Ransom back into the ball game
Number 3, Gilchrist
for the Pirates. And if my often failing me memory serves me correctly, Carter Ransom was integral to the part of the Pirates a year ago.
Offensive foul on number 20, Thompson.
Zy Thompson picking up the foul. That'll be her first of the game.
Sanders back in for Coastal. Coastal's basketball.
And it'll be Coyote basketball in a 1-point game, 16-15, 6 away from halftime. In play to Murph. Sent to Lennox. That is Goodman launching the three. Murph tries to save it. Does. Back into the hands of Goodman. Lennox for three, off the mark. Murph rolling it into the corner, retrieved by the Pirates. Pass has got it. Leans in, couldn't get it to fall, but does draw the foul.
Foul on the play. Foul is on number 3, Gilchrist. The first team's fourth.
And will be charged Ariel Gilchrist, who has checked into the game. It is the first on Gilchrist. Sanders back into the game for the Coyotes. And Gabriel Pass, the freshman from Atlanta, at the stripe, missing the first. And a couple of misses, rebounded by Gilchrist. Handed to Lennox. Lennox with it top side. Looking for a little help. Able to get rid of it to Goodman. Goodman trying to bank it. Put back from Gilchrist, not there. Sanders able to track down the rebound, and then it's tipped out of bounds by Pass.
Back in for Coastal. Coastal's basketball from the sideline.
In play to Goodman. Goodman swatted out of bounds by Thompson. Check that. That was Carter Ransom with the block. And it'll be put in play from the baseline by Young. Gets it to Lennox. And it'll be tipped out of bounds. The quads of, I believe that was Giddens touching it last. Again, Young to put it in play. And now you got an offensive charge to Goodman. Well, there was a reason Goodman was so wide open. So Goodman charged with a foul that created the space between she and Lee. And that will take us to the media timeout with exactly 5 left in the half. Just about all White Jones County. Diving catches shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. Very low scoring game as compared to what these two teams would typically put up on a given night. Between the two, you'd have right at 110 combined. So if you're having an average night combined, you got about 50-55 on the board. At halftime, right now, 5 minutes away from the half, you've got a combined 31. Short on the try by Carter Ransom. Goodman out front to Lennox. Goodman with it at the elbow, brings it into the paint. That is Gilchrist, just a little bit too strong, rebounded by Giddens. Lost on the lead drive, picked up by Goodman. Lost and able to get it back. Trapped in the corner, and we might have gotten a timeout to preserve possession. We do. So a timeout on the floor with 4:04 left in the half. There's our friend Alfred, who had scoring in the softball tournament at Alabaster, and today is handling some scoring in the basketball tournament here in Montemouth. Lennox quickly down the floor, and she was outrun by the basketball. Back over to DaCosta and then to Lee. Back it goes to Lee into the paint. Off the rim, tipped out of bounds. And it will be Coyote basketball. And by the way, we are joined in our broadcast booth by the one and only AD of all the Coastals, Daniel Head. Got dual interest in today. Ladies playing now, and the men will play at about 2 o'clock this afternoon. And Daniel's selection of the Greek salad, by the way, last night at the Main Street Tavern has me putting that on my menu for today, as it is taken away and then given away. Into the paint, Thompson, and Thompson gets bumped. If that is Smalls, that'll be a couple of fouls on Smalls. Nope, instead it is Gilchrist that picks up the personal. So it is 2 on Gilchrist versus 2 on Smalls. And Gilchrist coming out of the game. Murph checking in. Thompson shooting. 3:22 to play. Well, both teams have gone ice cold in the second. If one or the other could start scoring, they would create a gap. But neither team has been able to put points on the board. And Thompson will miss both. And Lennox will lose it again. That is pass. And eventually, old reliable. Not that she's that old. Zy Thompson. able to put it back in off the offensive board. Lennox to Small in the bucket, and got fouled. So Pirates briefly with the lead, and then the Coyotes take it back. And the number 1 rebounder in the conference going to the strike. When you talk about another freshman that's had a sensational year, that is this Beulah, Alabama product. You get a lane violation, it will belong to the Pirates. Given to DaCosta. Feeds into the corner, wide open is Younger. Thompson trying to get the putback. Couple of tries, and now Smalls will walk. And it'll be Pirate basketball. In play to DaCosta. Back into the corner. Younger off the rim. Thompson again. Another rebound. Dipped it in and out. Pass with a drive. Lennox picking up her first foul. Well, these shots have been anything but free. They have not been made frequently at the line by either team. And Gabriel Pass, the freshman from Atlanta, one of 2 Atlanteans on this Pirate squad, missing her first of 2. Rattles the second one in. And we are tied up at 18. Murph down the floor, puts it up, banked it, not there, got it back. Bumped by Thompson. Short on the try, Thompson with a rebound. And she'll come out of the pack with it, but I think Small might have got a hand on her. And Small will commit the foul. And Thompson will shoot. So that is 2 now on Small. Zy Thompson. We don't have access to live stats, so would love to see the number of rebounds for Thompson. She has already been dominant on both ends of the floor. Hits both free throws and extends the lead to 2 for the Pirates. Young puts it in play to Murph, back to Young. And you got a backcourt by Murph. And that defense has created some turnovers. Lennox a couple of times, coughing the ball up, the backcourt there.
Substitution. Number 24, Key, in the ball game for Coastal.
Acosta coming back into the game for the Pirates. And Tashana Key back into the game for the Coyotes. Thompson with a miss, rebounded by DaCosta. And Thompson just trying to protect herself while on floor. Into the corner to pass. Dip the 3 in and out, rebounded by Smalls. Out front it goes. Goodman to Murph. Back to Goodman. I don't think the Coyotes have hit a 3 this half. their best three-point shooter on the left side. Shot no good. Thompson with another rebound. Fed down low to DaCosta. Barely nibbling the rim was Carter Ransom. Murph's got it. Goodman sliding through defenders. That's Young for three. Off the rim. Rebounded by Pass. Off the glass for DaCosta. Less than a half minute to go in the half. I think the pass was intended for Key. Thompson. And Pass will get fouled. So Pass going to the stripe. 15 seconds to play. Half number one. Well, here's what we do know 15 seconds away from halftime. Nobody's going to have a dominant lead. Pass trying to make it a two-possession lead, though, at halftime. Both shots good. And the Coyotes with 15 seconds to try to turn it into a 1 or 2 point game. Goodman to Young. Lennox with it. Backs up, shoots the three. It is short. And I think there is a foul. There is. That'll be charged to Giddens. Non-shooting, it'll be brought in for the baseline with almost 2 seconds, actually, 1.8. Tipped out of bounds by Hicks. In play to Smalls, and she will come up just a little bit short. And what a first half of basketball, 22-18 in the first of a couple of ladies semifinals and the first of 4 for Montevallo. It is halftime. And at the half, we've got a conversation with Dr. Michelle Ivey, AD at Marion Military Institute. That conversation coming up. Great to have with us as our halftime guest, Dr. Michelle Ivey, who is the AD at Marion Military Institute, as well as the Women's Region Director. And first of all, Michelle, thank you very much, because the people watching don't know this, but this is take 2.
Yes, it is.
Dean literally pulled the plug on us.
He did.
Yeah,
he did.
We were having such a lovely conversation, and
We were.
he comes up and ends that conversation.
That's right.
So here we go for a second time. Let's start with Women's Region Director, the duties that it entails.
Okay. The major responsibility is to be the spokesperson for all of our women's sports teams within the conference, coaches, student athletes. So I'm the liaison between them and the national office. Serve on a couple sports committees, so I promote our student athletes, our teams, whether it's national polls, All-American awards. So I'm kind of the go-between between our region women's teams and the national office.
Now, as a result, you're obviously at national events frequently. So how do you, is it at every women's national championship that you go to, or are there select events that you go to?
Really, it depends on location. So full-time job at Marion, we have 11 sports, and so I go to all of our region, our conference tournaments to help out the commissioner, whether it's men's or women's. And so that takes a lot of time away from my duties at Marion. So very little at the national level. And that's just dependent upon location. If it's in the southeast region, I really try to make those. But if it's Texas, Arizona, Kansas, unless one of our teams is playing at Marion, I usually don't make those.
How did you become regions director for the women to begin with? What led you to that position?
Karen Reynolds, who was a longtime women's region director, previous commissioner, came to a basketball tournament and they said, "Hey, Michelle, we want to talk to you about a position we have open. It's assistant women's region director." Karen was kind of on her way out, retirement in a couple of years. So it allowed me 2 years at the assistant position to go to the national convention to kind of see what goes on at the regional and national level. And then when Dean was hired, that was my transition from assistant region director to the head women's region director. So
there has been phenomenal growth in the ACCC, especially over the course of the last 5-10 years.
Yeah.
So does that just automatically add to your duties as a result?
Sure. And it's wonderful, especially on the women's side, the growth. That, especially with flag football coming in, volleyball has grown, cross country has exploded in the last few years. So it does add, but that's the good part of being so busy, is to see the explosion, especially on the women's side, to see more opportunity for women's student athletes to get that opportunity.
You speak of explosion, and to me, and that's a perfect term for flag football, because flag football there is this uncanny interest in flag football. It will start in the fall, but is it just me as an outsider that sees that or thinks that, or do you, as an insider, kind of get that feel that there is a genuine, overwhelming interest in flag football?
I think the last couple of years, especially in the Alabama High School Athletic Association, you hear a lot about, at the high school level, that it's really grown, especially in the state of Alabama. So I think it's a good time for the conference to piggyback on the interest that there is at the high school level, to give more opportunity for female student athletes to play a sport that they love at the next level.
All right, let's talk about MMI. You as the athletic director, you talk about phenomenal growth. It's happened there at MMI as well. You have athletic upgrades. You've been adding athletic programs. So tell us what's new and what's coming.
So we're up to 11 sports now. Right now, all 9 of our 11, except for cross country, are competing. So it makes for a busy January to May. We have 2 female women track athletes that qualified for indoor nationals, so they'll be leaving next week for Texas Tech, a triple jumper and a long jumper and a high jump. So we're excited about that. That is relatively our newest program. We're in our 3rd year. We've had student athletes qualify for nationals. Obviously, men's basketball is doing a great job. They're here in the semifinals. We've had some record breakers. Softball pitcher, 17 strikeouts in one game, broke our school record. Probably the proudest, we've had 20 straight semesters with a department GPA of a 3.0 or better. So that's 10 years of academic success within our department. So we're really proud of what we're doing at Marion and pushing our kids to the next level.
And really, you got a history of that kind of stuff, because I know a couple of gentlemen, Colin McGuire, who went on to be a manager for Bear Bryant at the University of Alabama. He went to MMI. And then, of course, you got Dwight Stone from Florida, where I live currently, who played there when there was football at MMI, went to Middle Tennessee State, Steelers and Panthers in the NFL. And two from my hometown of Florida, Alabama. There is a gentleman who was a Congressional Medal of Honor winner, Rodney J. Evans, who is recognized. You've got like a Veterans Hall of Fame, or what exactly is that?
We have
on campus?
Alabama Military Hall of Honor. It's housed on our campus, and so we have a ceremony every year, and it's to honor those Alabama natives that did an exceptional job in the military, whether Congressional Medal of Honor winners, heroism, did something, while they were in the military, and we honor them. It goes through a very detailed process where you have to apply, and there's a special committee. But yeah, we have a ceremony. We have a little building on campus that they've really done a great job of housing all of the statues, all of the plaques, have relics from different eras of the military. So, it's a wonderful little area to go visit. If anybody comes to campus, it's open for visitors to
It is very intriguing, very interesting. So there is an annual ceremony. Is there an annual inductee every year?
There is.
Now, more than one, or is it typically one?
It's typically two. It's the cadet corps gets involved, and so it's a special event on our campus.
All right, talk about, and I know you don't like talking about Michelle Ivy, but I know that you had a lifetime of sports, so take us back to Michigan, where it all began.
All began in Bay City, Michigan. That's right. Bay City All Saints High School, year-round athlete, played all the sports in high school, volleyball, basketball, softball, a little bit of soccer, tried winter track one time, probably wasn't a track athlete. Basketball was always my love. Got a scholarship to play college basketball at Eckerd College in St. Petersburg, Florida. Spent 4 years there. It was a great opportunity. So I had a great career, had a great opportunity to get my college education paid for.
Hall of Fame career, right?
Yes, Bay County, the county that I grew up in. I was inducted into their Athletic Hall of Fame for basketball, and then at Eckerd College, inducted into their Athletic Hall of Fame for women's basketball.
Wow. Well, I know this is a little late, but congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a huge honor in both instances. How did you wind up at MMI?
I was the athletic director and women's basketball coach at Judson College, in Marion, just no longer open. It's a sad situation there, but Marion Military had a high school at the time, didn't have a girls' high school athletic program. Athletic director at the time talked me into making the transition from college to high school, which was a whole nother experience for me. I'd never coached at that level, especially starting a high school program with girls that had never played sports, didn't understand the terminology of basketball, and kind of grew the high school portion. Unfortunately, the athletic director had passed away, allowing me to step into those shoes. When we became part of the state system, the high school went away, and so now we're just the 2-year college. and slowly started adding. We brought back men's basketball at the college level, and we started men's and women's tennis, and then we've just continued to grow since then, have great administration backing and understanding the importance of intercollegiate athletics on campus.
And didn't you at one time, where basketball was concerned, if I'm remembering correctly, would have an event like at midnight when the season began? There was an official
We did a Midnight Madness a few years. We sure did. Cooked some hot dogs and hamburgers for the cadet corps to come out, and we did a traditional Midnight Madness. We sure did, and so it was fun.
Now, are you still in that facility? I mean, it's a great. I love the atmosphere in that gymnasium.
We're still there, and we have a great turnout. We have a good turnout from our faculty and staff, and several members of the community that follow us. And probably the last 5 or 6 years, we've had a really good turnout of our cadet corps, and they make it very interesting for the opponents. And seems to have a good time. It's a good experience for the student athletes. It's a good collegiate experience.
To me, and there's so much history, not only in the school but really in the community. I think Corvetta Scott Keene was from Marion as well.
Right.
So that area in general, just a whole lot of history.
There is a lot of history, a lot with the civil rights, and so we try to involve our student athletes into that, because a lot of them are, most of them aren't from that area. We do have a lot all across the nation, and so to bring them into that historical perspective, and we have some that do the Selma across the Edmund Pettus Bridge. They'll do the bridge crossing, and so there's a lot of unique opportunities for our student athletes outside of campus to learn from.
Well, and it's been a delight to have you. We're airing this at halftime, and we were able to keep Dean away from the plug and power.
Thank
so,
goodness.
Yes, so we were able to get our conversation in. Always good talking with you, and I know we will see you the rest of the tournament.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Everybody, welcome back. Half number 2. What a tight first half. Largest lead was 5 in that first half for the Pirates, and about the same for the Coyotes. And we go into quarter number 3 with a 4-point separation. Now, there is an issue where the Coyotes are concerned, and fouls. Mert picking up a personal 15 seconds into the half, and that'll be her second. I don't know that there are any Coyotes with 3, but there are a ton with 2. Down the floor to Young, and she'll lay it up and in and turn it into a 2-point game. The 1 and the 4 seed, with 2 and 3 tangling next, Wallace Selma and Snead State. For the Pirates, it is DaCosta, Carter Ransom, Thompson, as well as Younger and Pass beginning the half. And for the Coyotes, it is the same 5 that began the game. Goodman, Murph, Young, Smalls, and Key.
Substitution.
And the foul on Younger, her third,
Ball game for Chattahoochee.
putting Murph on the line with an opportunity to tie the game up.
Hit the line shooting 2. She misses the first.
And Murph will miss the first of 2. The Coyotes struggling at the stripe in this one. Murph 0 for 2. Rebounded by Thompson. Lee with it out front. Loses it. Murph comes up with it. Works it to the other end of the floor. Puts up shot no good. A little off balance to the right side. DaCosta able to grab the rebound. And at least 90 seconds into the second half, the continuation of either outstanding defense or poor shooting offensively continuing. These two teams averaging a combined 110-ish per game. And right now you got 42 points on the board between the two. So substantially below normal. Thompson missing. And Goodman coming up with the rebound. And foul committed by Carter Ransom. And that will be 2 on Carter Ransom. Fan to Murph. Gives to Goodman. And Goodman from outside of the paint. Just a little bit short. Thompson with a rebound. Lee's got it. She'll bring it inside and knock down the 2. Given over to Murph as we get inside 8 minutes to play in the third. And that is Sanders into the game, hitting her first 2 points of the game and narrowing it to a bucket contest. Winner of this one against the winner of Snead State, Wallace Selma, as Thompson gets fouled. And that'll be Sanders charged with the push. Thompson shooting with Keys coming back into the game. Small will leave. Well, now Small will turn around and go back to the paint, and now your 3 fouler, Sanders, will go to the sidelines. Thompson not only the number 2 scorer in the conference, but also number 1 in field goal percentage. Better than 61% of her field goals drop in. Pirates are 1-1 on Fridays. Coastal Alabama North has not lost a Friday game. Of course, they've only played 1 Friday game, but they won it. Couple of missed free throws. Over to Murph it goes. Excellent ball movement. Younger a little bit short. Key trying to get the putback, and she'll get fouled by Carter Ransom. And that is 3 on Carter Ransom. Well, if you got into a foul-a-thon, it would be to the advantage of the Coyotes. They've got a deeper bench than the Pirates. The Pirates do not have a lot of extra talent on the sidelines. They've got 1, 2, 3, whereas the Coyotes have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, not a big difference, but there is some. Well, it's almost as if whomever breaks out of this hitting slump may carry the day. Into the paint, stripped away. Coyotes with it, Goodman. Able to get around DaCosta. And it'll be tipped out of bounds off DaCosta. So the Coyotes with 4 points in the second half and the Pirates with 2. Murph to Small. Small's from the stripe. It wouldn't drop. Rebounded by Thompson. Young able to tip and take it away. Goes to Murph. And Murph feeding to Keys. Keys fouled. Loose ball. Rolled out to Young. Murph lost it out of bounds. And it'll be Pirate basketball. DaCosta coming out of the game. Younger checking back in for the Pirates. Lee to bring it down and hands it to Younger. And right there you've got Young and Younger. Taking it down low, little dip around the corner to Thompson, and Thompson lays it up and in. And you got a travel by Goodman. Well, it was at this point in the game, right about this time, when these two teams played in Monroeville, that the Pirates went on a tear. They were up by 2, 38-36, and then all of a sudden, it was something like 50-38. Coyotes hoping to avoid the same fate here midway through the third in this one. Pirates would love to repeat. Out front it goes to Lennox, looking for their first 3 off the rim. Rebounded by Thompson. Kicked out to Lee. Too hard into the paint, and you got Goodman and pass. Wrapped up in the possession arrow will keep us on this end of the floor. That is Lee, short on the 3, rebounded by Small. The 6-point lead is about as big as it has been. That's a 3 for Lennox, first of the game, cuts the lead in half. Turns it into a 28-25 game. Given a pass, steps up. Outside of the arc to Lee to pass. Into the corner to Younger. Younger, air ball on the 3. Goodman's got it. Sends it to the other end of the floor. Lennox lays it up and in. It's a 1-point game. (28-27). What was 6 has been trimmed to 1 by the Coyotes. As we head to the break at the 4:35 mark. There's a Pirate fan enjoying a soda. He's trying to figure out if that's a Dr. Pepper or a Coke. Not that it matters, but enjoying her drink and her basketball.
As the play resumes, this is Chattahoochee basketball.
Inside it goes to Thompson, and she'll get the bucket and draw the foul. And Thompson going to the line. But apparently we'll do it after the media timeout.
Personal teams for media timeout.
Just about all Wayne Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. No doubt discussing basketball. The lady on the right with the book in lap is the official scorekeeper for Snead State. Getting ready for the game coming up and the game later tonight. The men will play at 6. And, of course, the ladies take to the hardwood against Walla-Selma when this one wraps up. Thompson the miss, but it is rebounded by the Pirates. Younger with the top side. Given to DaCosta. Into Thompson. Leans in, rattles it in. Lead back to 5 for the Pirates. Goodman sends it to Small. Over it goes to Lennox. Thought about the 3 briefly. Puts up the 2. Draws the foul. And Lennox to shoot. That'll be the second one on pass. It is interesting that the top 4 teams in the conference are also the top 4 scoring teams and almost in the exact same order as their seeding. Top scoring team is the Pirates. They're 1. And you got a lane violation on Smalls. Snead State is the number 2 scoring team in the conference. They are 2. Coastal North is 3. And they are the 4 seed on virtue of a coin toss. And Walla-Selma is the 4th best scoring team. And they are the 3 seed on the virtue of that same coin toss. 7-point lead, the biggest of the game for the Pirates. Goodman sending it to Young, looking for her first 3, and she's got it. So the Coyotes, who had gone 3-less, have 2 in the corner, 1 from Lennox, 1 from Young. Dropped in from the perimeter. That was DaCosta. Given to Smalls. Out to Goodman. Lennox for 3. Dipped it in and out. Rebounded by Thompson. Quickly to the other end of the floor. Laid in by pass. And that will get a Coyote timeout. As the lead goes to 8 for the Pirates with 2:38 to play in the 3rd. Coastal Alabama North bringing their cheerleaders to Montevano. Hey, that fellow in your shot right there is Wyatt Hall. Wyatt has been very instrumental in where we're at, internet, access to the scoreboard, etc. Great folks to work with here at the University of Montevano. Coyotes with the basketball coming out of the timeout, down by 8. Key point in the game for the Coyotes. Trying to narrow this 8-point margin for the Pirates and trying to grow it. Lennox to Goodman. Goodman with a drive. Back out front to Lennox. Shoots the 3. And she will splash it in. Some key threes in the third. Give it to Thompson. Bring it in baseline. That is Giddens, and Giddens will get fouled.
Foul is on number 24, Keys.
That'll be charged Keys, and that'll be her third.
Keys, fifth. Giddens at the line, shooting 2.
First shot a miss for Giddens, the Thomas County, Georgia product. One of 5 freshmen on an 8-man roster. Inside 2 minutes to go in the third. Couple of misses, but rebounded by DaCosta. And you're going to jump ball, and we'll go to the other end. So it is Coyote basketball. Inside 2 to go. 1:48 to play in the third. Here at the University of Montevano, part of the Gulf South Conference. We do quite a bit of work with the conference. Just got through with their indoor track and field events at the Birmingham, I think it's the Crossplex there in Birmingham. Handoff goes to Goodman. Lost it, able to get the dribble back. Shot clock down to 10. I'm not sure if that was intended to be a pass to Keys or a shot. But what I do know is Thompson's got it. Puts it up from the elbow, rebounded by Smalls. Lennox working it top side. Young out with the screen. Lennox got bumped. And she'll have an opportunity to try to cut it to a 1-possession game. That'll be the first foul on pass.
Lennox shooting 2.
Lennox going to the line. She's a very demonstrative player. I don't know for a fact, but I think she spends a lot of time talking to herself, trying to calm herself down. Trying to make it a 1-possession game. Still a lot of time left in the game. Just over 11 minutes. Lee walking it down for the Pirates. Given back over to Lee. Short on the perimeter, 2 from pass. Thrown onto the floor by DaCosta, but into the hands of the Coyotes. Pulled up by Lennox. And Keys with a rebound. And apparently a Thompson foul. That'll be 3 fouls on Thompson. Now, you talk about a different complexion of a game That is if Thompson were to lead. She is a game changer. Six in a row scored by the Coyotes. And there is the seventh. And we're back to a one-point game after the Pirates had taken their largest lead. Air ball on the three, and Lennox with a push to DaCosta from the backside. Lennox pleading her case, but the old saying, it will fall on deaf ears. As DaCosta goes to the strike. Thompson coming out of the game. Coach trying to keep her from potentially picking up a costly fourth foul in the final 23 seconds of the stanza. And DaCosta with a miss on the first of two. Couple of misses, and it will go out of bounds off Lennox. So Lennox and Smalls battling for the board. Out of bounds off Lennox. So the Pirates get a break off the DaCosta misses. Over goes to DaCosta, putting up the three off the rim. Skying in for the rebound. Well, that's Thompson who has checked back into the game. Into the corner. Dumped into the arms of Lennox. Doesn't have a whole lot of time. Puts it up, banks it, and we are going into the fourth in a one-point game. Officially headed down to the wire in this one. 1 point separates the two in your first semifinal of a quartet of ones today. Hey, good to hear from Adam Slay. School sports. Did I get that right, Adam? Man, it's the age thing. I get forgetful. Covering all of Southern Union and more. Big words. What big word did I use? Please tell me it was not a big word that was a wrong big word, like the not so big word I used last night in a broadcast. Or it wasn't even a word. I mean, there's the possibility that I created something. As we get the fourth underway, I think we'll see Adam Slay next week in Huntsville. Southern Union's men have done extremely well. Thompson in the paint, leans in, and boy, that is so tough to defend. Three-point game in the fourth. Thrown away, trying to get it to Smalls. And it will be Pirate basketball. Monticello, Sneed State coming up. Then men's basketball, Coastal Alabama North and Reed State. MMI and Sneed State. Got a jump ball. The possession arrow will take us to the Coyote end of the floor. Well, it appears in the first 60 seconds of the fourth that Thompson is trying to just take charge of the game. Back onto the floor to Key. She's been very aggressive in the paint. Lennox for three, off the rim. Rebounded by DaCosta. Pass out front to DaCosta and eventually to Lee. And DaCosta will walk. So the Coyotes again with the basketball in a 3-point game, 8.5 to go. Nearly thrown away, apparently it is. Lennox stuck it in the hands of a wrong jersey. And you got a jump ball on the possession arrow will favor the Pirates. Well, I think with 8:20 to go in the game, you can safely say now that it is the team that gets hot late that's going to win it. Pirates with the advantage, trying to add to the total. Rebounded by Smalls. Given over to Goodman. Goodman hurrying it down the floor, throws into the corner. Lennox off the rim with a three, able to track down the board. Whips it to Murph. I'll make that Goodman. And Goodman into the paint, got the bucket, but the whistle and the double dribble came first. Oh, I said demonstrative. Thank you very much, Adam. Well, there's very few big words I know, so if I can throw them into a broadcast, you know, I've been known to do that. And I hate that you've been sick. Man, I hear the shingles are rough. Younger for three. Dropping in the three ball for the Pirates. That is why I had a shingles vaccine. I know it's not a guarantee that you won't get it. But if it helps the odds, based on everything I hear about the shingles, but we hope you get well soon. .43-37 game, 6-point Pirate lead. Their largest has been 8. Thompson running into the Keys defense, out of bounds, off Keys. And it'll be Pirate basketball. And don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel. By the end of today, we want to be at 6,000. Hadn't picked up that many in the first game. Maybe another 5. I believe we're like 45 away. So there should be a subscription button somewhere nearby, since it is the YouTube media player that gives you access to the game. And yeah, we're trying to grow the city. It's like a city of YouTube subscribers. And we want a 6,000 population city by the end of the night. So if you could help us out, man, would we be tickled. Thompson's just picked up her 4th foul. And that has got Goodman at the line shooting 2. Adam says he'll be the first in line to get the vaccine when they let him. Well, Adam, and I don't know how that works. Can you get that shot, and does it work if you've had shingles before? I don't know. Not a doctor. But man, I hate that you got it. I know plenty who have had, and that stuff can show up in the wildest of places.
Second personal, second team foul. Coastal's basketball from the baseline.
Foul committed by pass. That'll be her second. In play to Sanders, and Sanders will get fouled, going to the line with an opportunity to shoot two. It has been a very good game between two teams, as we mentioned, that played within the last 10 days. And the Pirates won by 19 in one and won by 39 in the other. But this one, with 6:39 to play, is a 5-point game, and Sanders trying to make it a 4. And will. And two, that other key component is Thompson's 4 personals. That's what she does, and does extremely well. And you would think the Coyotes might try to take it straight to her, trying to get that 5th foul committed. Murph coming up with a loose ball. Gives over to Goodman. Fires down low. Lee going to the other end of the floor. And she'll toss it out of bounds. It'll belong to the Coyotes.
Substitution number 10, Smalls. Back to the game for Coastal.
Keys coming out of the game. Smalls back in. Those ladies you see getting up and leaving the stands, those are Patriots from Wallace-Selma, who play in the next game. Lob down to Smalls, off the rim, rebounded by Smalls. Give it over to Sanders. That is Murph. And she'll drop it in from the elbow. Given to Lee. Younger back over to Lee. Nearly halfway through the quarter. In a 4-point game. Off the rim with a 3 try from Carter Ransom. Put back not there, but there is a foul.
Foul on the play. Foul on number 1.
And let's see if the free throws come before or after the media timeout.
Team's first of the quarter.
It will come after. We take the break. 4:55 to play. Pirates by 4. Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch it, shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Youngs in for Coastal. Giddens in for Chat Valley. Younger at the line shooting 2.
Younger shooting a couple, trying to extend the lead to 6. makes the first of two. Lennox back into the ball game for the Coyotes. Giddens has checked into the game for the Pirates. A 2-possession, 6-point game. 4:47 left in the season for one of the two. The game for the other. Given to Goodman to Lennox. Asked for the Goodman screen. Lennox working into the left side. Younger driving, couldn't get it to bank. And that is tipped out of bounds by Sanders.
Substitution number 21, Carter Renison, in the ball game for Chattahoochee.
Possessions get bigger as we get closer to that final buzzer pass. I think that Younger from the corner looked like she was thinking about the three. For the elbow, not there. And that'll be tipped back onto the floor into the hands of Sanders, gives to Smalls, and then there is a shove.
Fouls on number 21, Carter Ransom.
That'll be charged to Carter Ransom, and it's her fourth.
Team's fourth of the quarter. Giddens back to the ball game.
Giddens coming back into the game. Carter Ransom to the sidelines with 4. Goodman nearly had it taken away, and now there's a battle to keep it. Jump ball, and the possession arrow will keep us on this end of the floor. So it'll be put in play by Young. It's into Goodman. Jumper wouldn't bank. Rebounded by Sanders. Lennox has hit some key threes. That one blocked by Younger. And Thompson may have just... Nope, went out of bounds off Thompson. Thought for a moment that she had picked up her 5th personal playing with 4. But instead it is out of bounds off Thompson. And now a foul called, and Thompson the recipient of the infraction. That is Smalls picking up the foul, her 3rd.
Team's second. Carter Renson back to the ball game for Chattahoochee.
Pirates trying to turn it into a 3-possession game. From the top of the key. Giddens with a miss. Goodman's got it. Over to Lennox. And Lennox will see it go out of bounds off Thompson.
From the baseline, substitution number 23, Giddens. Back to the ball game for Chattahoochee.
Young to put it in play. And Small walked.
Chattahoochee's basketball. Substitution number 21, Carter Renson back in for Chattahoochee.
Pirates playing musical chairs with a couple of players, key players with 4 personals, trying to keep them out of foul trouble at least as much as possible. Thompson's been the consistent stay with 4 personals and has been able to work about the last 4 minutes with those 4 fouls. Dump down to Thompson, leans in, banks it. Lead will go to 8 with 2 minutes and 44 seconds left to play. Pirates on top.
As play resumes, it's Coastal basketball.
Brush and vitamin drink. And basketball. Pretty good combo. 2:35 to play. A needed 3 off the rim for Lennox.
Chat Valley's basketball.
It'll go off Sanders and out of bounds.
Number 20, Thompson. Number 21, Carter Ransom. Back in the game. For Chat Valley.
And makes this possession really, really big for the Pirates. If you can put points on the board, not impossible, but gets difficult to overcome for the Coyotes with 2:15 to play. Off the rim. Rebounded by Lennox. Young down the floor, leans in, banks it off the glass. It is a 2-possession game. Lobbed over to Thompson. And now the Pirates trying to drain some of that clock. Fed down low, and you got a bucket and foul. Carter Ransom with a bucket. Drew the foul as well.
Foul is on number 10, Small. Fourth. Teams, third.
That'll be the 4th foul on Small.
Back in the ball game.
And it has got Carter Ransom at the stripe, the sophomore from Waverly Hall, Georgia.
Carter Ransom at the line to attempt to complete the three-point play.
Our 2 o'clock game going to start a little bit late. Back into the hands of Carter Ransom. Stolen away by Young. Gives over to Lennox. Shoots it from outside of the paint, an air ball.
Coastal's basketball.
Out of bounds off the Pirates. 8-point game, 3-possession contest with 1:26 to go. Well, the Coyotes in a situation now where they've got to score every possession. Nearly thrown away, it is thrown away. So Younger too strong on the inbounds pass. It'll belong to the Pirates. And it is beginning to appear as if the Pirates have weathered the storm. Nobody has taken a double-digit lead today. It's been a tight game throughout. But the Pirates, with 1:11 left, up by 8. Younger with a drive, Lennox committing the foul. There are 4 spots available in tomorrow's play. The ladies get 2 of the spots, the guys get the other 2. And this one determines one of the 2. Off the rim, rebounded by Lennox. Goodman to Young. Young for 3, and she'll hit it. It is a 2-possession, 6-point game. And a timeout on the floor asked for by Chat Valley. 6-point lead, 43 seconds left. First of 4 Semifinals on Friday.
As players rules, check balance basketball.
About half of the shot clock left. Young on Younger. Out it goes to Lee. And then you got a Lennox foul.
Foul is on number 11, Lennox, her fourth personal, team's fifth.
Well, if you were going to foul, I would foul about 15 seconds ago. Not with 4 on the shot clock. But the Pirates don't mind. Lee going to the strike and turns it into a 3-possession game. Key free throws for Lee. And that might have put the game out of reach. Goodman with the drive, and she'll get fouled. Big free throws for Goodman, trying to turn it back into a 2-possession game. Lee picking up her second foul. Both shots good. Well, the Coyotes apparently have backed off, and now as time runs down, it will be the Pirates that will win by 6. 54-48, your final score. And it is the Pirates that will move on and take on the winner of the game coming up. And that's a matchup between Snead State and Wallace-Selma. And I would assume we're going to get about 20 minutes on the clock, and we'll have your second of 2 women's semifinals underway at about 2:15-ish. And don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. And we'll see you in 20. The Parsons and the Patriots on JockJive. I'm Robert Williamson. So long, everybody.